Hello and welcome back to the Monsters of Monster Hunter Double Cross, where today we're doing a silly quest against Gravios. We're not actually going to stick around for this entire quest. I just want to do it. Well, not finish it necessarily, but I just want to show it off because it is that silly. So let's just go ahead and get that item set right there. I like this quest. It's fun. And the most fun part about it is it gives the same rewards as any other Gravios. But there it is. Truly terrifying, isn't it? One thing I will say about tiny Gravios, the textures don't seem to get quite so stretchy. Also, we get the fun music. I mean, it is still a G-rank Gravios. It's just one that's smaller than even a gold small Basarios. Ow. I do like how its projectiles stay the same size as usual. And by like, I mean secretly hate. Because, yeah, that laser is bigger than the Gravios it came from. I want to cut this tail. I mean, this Gravios does have the same moves as an ordinary Gravios in G rank. Only thing that we're not really getting experience-wise is the largeness of Gravios. So, actually, you know what? I will just do this. Ow. Just do this quest, and then when it's done, I'll just post a regular-sized Gravios just for comparison's sake. When this tiny thing does that sweeping laser, it's actually a little terrifying. Thankfully, that area effect move does not have the normal size. It would be incredibly silly if it did, but I would also hate it with every fiber of my being. We gotta get some mounts so that we can break that back. Make it safe to stay in after the lasers, though honestly its back is so close to the ground I think it might actually not make it any safer. I suppose we'll find out. I love quests that have abnormally sized monsters. Be they extra giant or extra tiny, both are equally fun to me. Well, not equally, but both are fun to me. I think tiny monsters are significantly more fun than giant ones, but giant ones can be cool too. And I think we just broke a wing. And there goes wing number 2. Gotta block that tiny roar. Admittedly, with a Gravios this small, my Pierce Boomerangs are probably not as effective as they otherwise would be. Incidentally, Gravios, I think, has the most break spots of any, like, non-end game, like, super ultra end tier boss monster. Like, you can break both legs, both wings, the face, the chest twice, the back, and the tail. That's a lot. Might even just be the most period. And hey, we got the tail. Now we can carve this twice because all that matters is that it's a Gravios tail, not that it's giant. And hey, he's tired, so we didn't get lasered. That's like bonus right there. So we do gotta work on getting another mount. Which unfortunately means we gotta not hit the wings with our lunge. Not the wings or the face. Yeah. Oh, apparently the back's already broken? Well, or maybe it's just because he's tired that we automatically ride the belly. That's probably it. Because, yeah, the back is clearly not broken. So I can aim a little upward to try and help that process along. But it seems that's just causing more misses. And what break was that? Chest break number 1. Incidentally, Gravios is another mount bait monster. This time because of its size, I would imagine. Oh, someone's mad. And so am I guess. Now, if we can just put our mount hits on its belly, that's the ideal. Ooh, a pit trap will definitely help us get the back more easily. Bring it closer to the ground. Gotta be careful when using things that propel me forward when it's lasering, though, because The laser's hitbox extends a little bit backwards because of the sheer size of it. Yeah, it's right over here, buddy. Yes, you've fallen into the trap. So, slight problem. Gravios may be too small to effectively get its back while it's in a trap. But such is the price we pay for a quest like this. Ow. Good, we hit. Little tough to aim it at such a small target. I'm really starting to feel like this isn't an appropriate way to show off Gravios for this series. But I've got a smile on my face, so I'm going to still finish this off. We're probably going to spend a little while with a regular Gravios just to really get us the feel of it. Because, yeah, this is not the true Gravios experience. Even if it is true Gravios moves. I still think it's kind of weird that they put Gravios into Double Cross, because, like, Aragon and Agnactor were both designed to kind of replace Gravios, and both of them were in Generations. Like, Aragon's got the whole I'm an armored big thing that slings its weight around and also just happens to have heat and sleep gas thing going on, and Agnactor took the lasers. So, yeah, they both cover Gravios' stuff pretty well, but then I guess Gravios is popular enough that they decided, hey, we should bring it back too. Oh, and it got tired right after we got on it, so we didn't get forced onto a chest mount. Which is good, because breaking the back is a higher priority, in my opinion. It's going to be tough to break the legs on this little guy. Incidentally, that walking and spewing a fireball move was first added to Gravios in G rank in 4U. And Black Gravios followed every single little fireball with heat discharge, which made breaking its back even more of a high priority, because one of the easiest ways to avoid that move on a regular sized Gravios is walk between its legs. But when there's a heat discharge between its legs after every single beam, walking between its legs is no longer safe. So you got to go around, and you got to go pretty wide around, which means that you've got to be at a distance where it's a little harder to evade the little beams, because the Gravios tracks pretty well. So, like, you would end up basically just running right into where they were going to be. And I hated it. Black Gravios was one of my least favorite things to fight in 4U in G rank. I'm going to try and hang out as close to underneath it as I can to see if I can't convince it to do its little jumping maneuver that it'll sometimes do when people hang out under it. But considering its small size and the fact that we can't actually get under it, I think it might be a lost cause. And it looks like breaking its back does indeed, even on this size of a Gravios, make a difference in terms of whether or not we get hit by that discharge. And honestly, it looks like the discharge going upward at the end of the beams doesn't actually have a hitbox. So I'm pretty sure it would, like, if we were directly above its back. Ow. Yeah, see how good this thing is at tracking with those? Oh boy. And that's what emergency retreat is for. Got to get another mount. We need to get that chest break, the second one. Way to sweep that laser above the ground and just make it look all the more terrifying. Okay, I guess we are not completely safe from that attack, because the Gravios is so tiny. Figure getting a shock tripper under this thing can help us get breaks. That was close. Oh, someone's tired again. Ow. I think that's the first time we've seen this one charge. I like how it still makes sounds as if it's like an ultra heavy thing and still shakes the screen. Like, the game is pretending hard that this is a regular old Gravios, when it very clearly is not. And we just broke his face. It's actually kind of funny. The Gravioses that you ride in Monster Hunter Stories, which are already very small Gravioses, are bigger than this. Wow, straight up, huh? Nicely done. Just spamming mount hits. Hoping to get that second belly break. There we go. There's a mount. Another thing that really sucked about Black Gravios in 4U, you had to mount it like 6 times to break its back from just mounting alone. Oh, the quest wasn't to kill it, it was to get the second belly break. Well then, I'm glad we got that. Because if we had killed it, we'd have had problems. You live today. Come back when you're bigger. That's a fun quest. I enjoy it. All right, let's go get our hunter and actually fight a Gravios for real. And we'll go ahead and just use the standard here so that we can get it done a little faster, because we did just spend like 20 minutes with a Gravios. So let's go find one that's normal sized. G3, I think? Yeah, G3. Yeah, let's do this one. Gravios in the volcano is kind of where they're supposed to be. I guess they're also pretty common in swamp areas, though. But it just feels right to fight a Gravios in a volcano. For quite a long time, Gravios was actually the largest non-Elder Dragon. And I mean, it's big to the point where it still gives most Leviathans a run for their money. Though, I think Laggy and Agnactor can be larger than Gravios. And, of course, Najarala is longer than anything that's not an Elder Dragon because it's a snake. Ooh, we got lucky with where we got deposited after that mount. So I'm just trying to get this back break. Because I would dearly like to see it broken. This is not the biggest Gravios I've ever fought. Certainly not the smallest, though. And in case you were wondering, aerial style is Gravios' bane because just like Basarios, it's a mount magnet. And the back is broken. And the Reno is dead. I would have been going for the stomach instead of the face, but felt like if I didn't deal with the Reno while also getting my hits, the Reno would probably have some things to say. So yeah, that's the jump that it does when people are under it. Small Gravios wasn't about to do that. So I think now we've gotten to see all of Gravios' moves. Also, incidentally, that jump is a very useful thing for getting, like, knockdowns. Oh, right, the sleep gas. I don't think the tiny Gravios did a sleep gas. Yeah, the jump is useful for getting knockdowns because if you've broken either leg or either wing, it will actually end up rolling over and struggling on the ground for a little while at the end of its jumps. So, like, just get a break and then hang out under it. See if you can encourage it to jump. Because if you can, you get a few more free hits out of it. And time for some belly rubs. I'm actually kind of sad they didn't let us kill the tiny Gravios, because that means we can't get that small crown in our guild card. So I think there is a quest for a tiny Gravios that you are allowed to kill. Maybe. Maybe I'm thinking of For You. It always kind of saddens me that you can break Gravios' back and that neuters the heat discharges that follow a laser, but they don't neuter the ones that are just done from nowhere. But then again, it would make Gravios probably a little too easy if it did do that. Alright, we've broken a wing and a leg. Hey, now we get to see a leg break. We didn't get one of those against the last Gravios. Okay, bye. And of course, giving a Gravios belly rubs after its chest has been broken, or in order to break its chest. Basically, if its chest is broken at the end of a belly rub, it drops a sparkly. Just for the record. Same is true of Basarios, I think. So now we get to see it roll over. There's a wing break. There's some sleep gas for us. But energy drinks fix that right up. And, well, if I had pressed B a little sooner, we might have been able to dive away from that. Because I definitely saw myself able to move. Yeah, I don't need to flash anything. I don't know what I was even looking for. Ow. Pro tip, when Gravios is doing that, it leaves the tip of its tail completely exposed. So when it's doing some kind of gas discharge, it's a great time to go for some tail hits. Until you cut the tail, then it's less good. Oh, this is gonna suck. Or not. Okay. I guess we just got a nice view of the inside of a laser and didn't have to take damage for it. So the only breaks we have left on this Gravios are face break number 2, or not face break number 2, face break number 1, and chest break number 2. The face and chest, that's what we have left. I just combined it into phase 2. So interestingly, Gravios, when you break its legs, it actually does reduce the amount of sharpness you need to not bounce off of them. Which is actually good, because you bounce with, I think, white on the legs before they break. Maybe it's blue. But either way, it's a pretty high threshold, relatively speaking. And hey, Uragon's here too. So yeah, Gravios is bigger than Uragon, though I think Uragon looks more armored than Gravios. Like, its hide looks tougher to me. I guess Gravios looks more armored, but Uragon looks like a tougher nut to crack. But I actually like that we get to compare the two of them here. Like, Uragon can move around quick, and it's a lot better at actually putting its weight to use than Gravios. Not to mention, it's got a much more effective way to use its sleep gas. And like, the way Uragon walks just seems heavy. Plus, Uragon's got much better sound design with like that chin slam. Like, honestly, I think Uragon is such an improvement on the big, heavy, armored monster concept over Gravios. And just seeing them together, there is no way I would ever say, oh yeah, Gravios is definitely the better of the two. Like, in my opinion, Uragon looks way better, sounds way better, and is just a more dynamic fight. It moves around more, it's got more to worry about than just lasers and its body. Uragon is a great monster. Gravios is showing its age. Because Gravios has been around since Monster Hunter 1. It's really neat that we got to see these two together. So also, like, why would Capcom let that happen randomly? These two monsters occupy too similar a niche. I'm pretty sure they're even the same tier of monster. Like, seeing these two in the same area just makes me want to fight the Uragon, but that's not what this episode's about. This episode's about the one who's worse. Uragon's also better at attacking people by rolling. Just gonna say. Gravios is better at hip checking though, but that doesn't mean much. Gravios is not the hip checking champion. No, that's Plesiov. Uragon's animations are just so much more polished too. For the most part, Gravios' animations are pretty much just as they were forever ago. Whereas Uragon was made much more recently and has newer animations. Like, that walk cycle seems really stiff. And that run cycle too. Like, Gravios' animations all seem pretty darn stiff, whereas Uragon looks nice and fluid by comparison. Like, I'm not gonna give this up. Uragon is better than Gravios and was designed to replace Gravios. And then this game rolls along and has them both because why not, I guess. But it just really shows how much more Uragon is like. Uragon's a more advanced monster. And it really shows. And now the Gravios is dead. I would have expected it to limp to get over here if it was that close to dying, but guess not. So, yeah, Gravios, pretty good rock textures, though on its back they're really stretchy. The broken spots honestly don't look that great in my opinion. The legs look pretty alright. The belly looks good. Like, even the broken spot, not that we can see it, looks pretty okay. The face is interesting, and the best part about Gravios is if you put the camera inside it when it's dead, and you've broken the back, it's got little sun lights. Like, the spots that you break have their back-facing polygons culled so you can see through them. It's silly. Looks like the same is also true on the face, though it's a little harder to see, especially from this angle, but yeah. So break stuff on a Gravios and you can look through it when it's dead. But only from the inside. That was my smallest Gravios I've yet killed. Because they didn't let me kill the other one. But anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. Join us next time when we take on Kezu. See you then, friends.